Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're reviewing the L'Oreal Freshwear foundation. I have this in the lightest shade available in the UK, which is porcelain. This isn't the lightest shade available totally. So I'm guessing that this includes America. The L'Oreal Paris website says that this foundation is available in 30 shades, the lightest shade being pearl. But from Boots and Superdrug and anywhere that I can find this in the UK, the lightest shade is porcelain. I'm not actually sure how it will swatch next to Pearl, so unfortunately I'm not going to be able to try out the lightest shade, only the lightest shade available in the UK. However, I'm also trying out the L'Oreal Freshwear Concealer in the lightest shade Porcelain. It retails in the UK for £10.99, which I think is a reasonable price. It's a drugstore foundation. You can find this in Boots, Superdrug, and actually I have heard such good things about this foundation. I feel like a lot of people have tried it and loved it. I don't always pay such close attention to what people like about it because I find I will like different things, to be honest. I know a lot of people like the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Foundation. I can't stand that. I find it far too matte on my skin. So we'll see what I think about it. If you guys are new here, I have dry to combination skin and I do a full day wear test. So we're going to have a look at the website to see what the claims of this foundation are. So I am pulling this direct from the L'Oreal Paris website. I do like to do that simply because I feel like I'm going to get the most accurate for what this foundation is supposed to wear, rather than stuff they may have pulled from Boots and Superdrug. I feel like going directly to the brand is probably my best bet from now on. It's a breakthrough longwear foundation with breathable skin technology. Up to 24 hours fresh wear, provides medium to full buildable coverage that lasts all day and allows the skin to breathe. The formula's 3 oil absorbers resist sweat, water and transfer. The ultra-thin liquid goes on smoothly to give a fresh, healthy-looking complexion that lasts. Colour stays true and blends in evenly so your makeup looks fresh all day. Non-comedogenic and formulated with SPF. I don't see where it says the amount of SPF, so SPF 30, SPF 50, who knows. So you're aware, SPF can have some flashback in photography. We will try it on and you'll see what I think of its claims in terms of oxidizing, that it doesn't oxidize, and we will see how long it lasts today. I do a 4 to 5 hour check-in and a 10-hour check-in. So if you guys like this video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel before you leave. And if you press that notification bell, you'll be notified every time I upload. So if you want to see what we think of the L'Oreal Freshwear foundation, then please keep on watching. So this foundation, I've probably mentioned it in the intro, this isn't the lightest shade and I'm pretty sad about it. Pearl should be available in the UK, I'm pretty sure that's what the lightest shade is, but this is what we're working with. I'm hoping that it at least matches for undertone perhaps. We shall see if I could get into this bottle. So it's quite a sturdy glass bottle for a drugstore foundation. Comes with a pump, which I love. So I'm feeling like it's going to be a little bit dark. I feel like we have to see this blended out before I'm fully sure. But it also looks a bit yellow. I don't feel like it's very neutrally. I feel like a lot of affordable foundations have quite a yellow base. We're going to kind of work with that to start with. You can see this is dribbling down my face. It's clearly quite a liquid foundation. So I think I'm going to go in on this side with my e.l.f. Ultimate Blend. So I don't know if that's not enough product. I'm not getting much coverage there. I think I'm going to have to take a little bit more. It is very yellow toned. I don't think it's necessarily too dark. It's just not the right undertone, so it doesn't look like a decent match. So I'm getting about medium coverage, not completely full. It looks okay with the brush actually. It's not clinging to any of my dry patches. It looks okay, but I feel like the sponge side doesn't look better. So we're going to do this side now with the sponge, then see what we want for the forehead. It looks okay. I definitely think it's going to look better with the sponge. I think it's kind of like a demi-matte finish. It's not completely matte. So this is just the LA Girl Pro Sponge. It's my absolute favourite sponge. I mean, look at that difference. It just looks so much better. I probably used a similar amount of foundation to when I initially applied that first layer. I feel like I had to use quite a bit of foundation with a brush, it's soaked up product. It is a kind of still a satin matte finish, quite natural looking. I think it's still medium coverage. You can still see a lot of my imperfections kind of coming through here. It looks pretty good. It's just really yellow. I think that's my thing. I think it's maybe light enough. It might be a shade, half a shade too dark. Probably even just half a shade, but I think it just looks worse because it is so yellow. Just going to smooth this cheek over with a sponge. It just I always find it just helps so much, and also can like help lift some of that extra product. Like, that's one of the tips I've heard about, like, you know how people get like issues with smile line indentation like I do here. I just try and lift some of the excess product so it gives me a bit more time before my smile lines become super obvious. That looks so pretty and so natural. It looks super skin-like, which I really like. Now, the test is like between my eyes. Like, even Sam notices when a foundation doesn't quite look so hot there. I definitely always have to focus on making sure this is really well buffed. So my forehead looks pretty smooth. I feel like it's going to settle into my lines up here. Then I have quite a few foundations that do that, but this is looking really pretty. Like, it's not super glowy and it isn't super matte either. Oh, it is so nice. But like, look at the shade of my face in comparison to the shade of my neck. It is maybe coming up to a shade. It might have oxidized a little bit. It's coming up to like a shade too dark and quite yellow. I think you see it more like on the chin area to here. It is so yellow. That's my major concern with it. Otherwise, I think it looks very pretty. I even think I like the brush side where I smoothed it out with the sponge. So that's kind of completely up to you what you do in terms of application. I would always recommend the sponge. There's like 2 for £10. I need to get a new one because I caught like this one in a zip and it's all busted. But I think it looks very pretty. I might try a little bit more build up on the nose. So it does build up a bit. I'm getting like low full coverage. I wouldn't bother necessarily unless you're really bothered by like acne or something like that. It's not the most full coverage I've ever seen. It builds okay, it doesn't build extremely well. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the rest of my makeup on. I'm going to try the L'Oreal Freshwear concealer as well, so I'll let you know what I think of that. And then we'll be right back. So I put the rest of the products on my face. I think the foundation still looks good. I think it's settled a bit more into these smile lines. Not smile lines. My forehead line, so I do feel the need to buff it out like a little bit. But otherwise it worked really well. I did have to set the foundation before I could blend product on top. It does look pretty good so far. I'm just hoping it lasts really well throughout the rest of the day. I also tried the L'Oreal Freshwear concealer. So Porcelain, which is the same name as this like bottle, is like super light in comparison. I'll pop it in the swatches that you've already seen so that you can kind of see how light it is in comparison. It does look super bright under the eyes. I am really liking it so far. These are kind of just my normal creases, but I'm liking it all a lot so far. We'll just see how it lasts throughout the day. I will link all the products I used on my face down below. Not sure about this really bright pink lip, but I'm not really necessarily going anywhere today, so we're going to see how this foundation wears for the rest of the day. Hi guys, so I've had this foundation on for about 5 hours now. I feel like it's looking a bit more matte on the forehead. I feel like I've just soaked up a lot of the moisture that was in the product. Otherwise, I think it looks okay. Like, a lot of the other things on my face haven't lasted. The lipstick, it looks like my mascara needs touching up. But otherwise, I think the foundation is looking really nice. And I never often see problems at this stage. So I think the 10-hour point is when we'll be able to see like how well it's worn throughout the day. Hi guys, so I've had this foundation on for almost 10 hours now. And I still think it looks basically the same as when we started. Like, I'm really liking it. I do have like my dryness and stuff showing here, and I think that's like my only problem. I have had a little bit of mascara transference, which you can see here, but otherwise it is looking really nice, really flawless. You know what I've noticed with like every single other foundation, I haven't really had any settling into smile lines, and that's quite a big thing for me. Like, that is normally where I always have settling, at least on one side. You'll have seen on like every foundation review I have that that's the case. But I think the foundation is looking really good, and I've really enjoyed kind of playing with it. And I think it's definitely going to be good for long wearing. I might try it on like shift at some point to see if it lasts for the full like 12 hours, 14 hours that I kind of need it to. So we'll see in regards to that, but I would definitely recommend it at this point. Like, for you drier skin gals, I think as you soak in the moisture, you can see that and it doesn't become as glowy. It does mattify a little bit. However, it doesn't look ultra matte. It doesn't dry you out, which I do really like. And for you oilier skinned gals, I don't really know how that's going to work for you. I think once I try it in like the proper heat, we shall see. And it does claim to be oil controlling, so I would say it's worth a try, especially considering the price. So if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel before you leave. And if you press that notification bell, you'll be notified every time I upload. Thank you for watching.